Hello everybody, Average Gamer here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk. So in this episode, I want to talk about what they can do with loyalty points after, keyword here is after, you have maxed out your reputation with a faction. Now some people might already know kind of where I'm going with this if you watched my Let's Talk yesterday, when I talk about a couple things when it comes to Civil War points. So, first thing I want to mention is loyalty points, hard to make, right? I mean, you can make, say, on average, like 300 a match, give or take. As you can see here, I have 130,000 myself. And I got to thinking at a certain point, I was talking to a few people that have maxed out on a faction. And since they're loyalists, if you leave, you start pretty much at zero for the next one, right? You get your bonus for being a loyalist, yes. But in the end, it's almost not worth it, because then you have to grind all over again and all that stuff, right? So you kind of sit back and you're like, well, I don't think it's worth having to switch over. I'm a lore player, right? I don't want to leave my unit. I don't want to leave my faction. This is the way I want to play the game. I want to play with my faction. So I've come up with an idea for people that, for everybody, technically, when you max out, keyword here's max out. Once you max out as a merc or as a loyalist, what happens when you max those out? What can you do with those leftover reward points or loyalty points? Well, here's actually what I came up with the idea. Number one, once you max yourself out as a loyalist, you have the ability to sign a contract at that point as a consultant with another faction, and you earn their loyalty points. Simple as that. You can still be a loyalist, as, say, for example, the FRR here, but you can sign a contract to be a contractor or a advisor. We'll say a military advisor contract, and they'll be short. Say they're only 14 days. Max you at 14 days, no matter what, or even max you out at a month. And say even for a month, you play as that faction for that month. Have it a set amount of days. Can be less or more than a certain number. When you're signed up as a military advisor, you are part of that, technically that other faction. You're getting those loyalty points. Now you're also earning some loyalty points for your own group. So not only does it push people to play a little bit more to earn more points, but it also gives you the ability now to earn points with other factions. Now, it won't be at the same speed as your own. So say you earn them at actual 50% speed. So where you would earn 2 points, you actually earn 1. So in a match, say you normally earn 300, you would still earn 300. But of that 300, 150 is for your faction. Oh, sorry, 200 is for your faction, and 100 is for the faction in question. That's the first part of this whole thing. The second part is once you've maxed it out, your loyalty points go into what's called a loyalty pool. Now your loyalty pool can be then utilized to buy things. The first one is you can transfer your loyalty points over into MC or C-bills. You can buy hero mechs and champion mechs that are only available for MC. You can buy them with loyalty points. With loyalty points, you can buy special weapons, special weapon upgrades. Specifically, for example, the new Civil War weapons, right? You can actually buy a company-designed weapon. So not only do you get a Gauss, but you get a blank company Gauss, which has 1 bonus and 1 negative quirk to it. All other weapons, medium lasers, large pulse, medium pulse, etc., etc. All of them will have 3 companies. Just have 3 companies, just generic name from lore, and just have them all the weapons under the 3, and say, there you go. You can buy 1. Once you buy the 1, the other 2 are no longer available to you, though. So you make your decision, right? Until later on when you unlock enough, and then you can do it again. So this will get people to play and spend those loyalty points. and also play to gain loyalty points, which means people will be playing faction warfare. Oh my god! Oh my god! Eh? What an idea! Another one. Not only can you buy, we'll call them designer weapons, but you can also get, as I said, mechs, specifically heroes and champions, things you can only get for MC. Change over your loyalty points to MC. Change over your loyalty points to C-bills. But then you can also change over your loyalty points to other loyalty points. Probably wondering what I mean by that. What I mean by that is for, say, a 25% ratio, so for every 4 loyalty points you have with faction A, so say the FRR here, you want to get faction points with Davian. For every 4 points I transfer over, I get 1 loyalty point with Davian. So it's, or even at 33%. So for every 3 I transfer over, I get 1 basically Davian, which isn't that bad. I mean, in my eyes, if you're not playing them and you're just trying to grind it and get the bonuses for the rewards there you go. I think it's an amazing idea. Slowly grind it, so it'll get people to play. It'll get people to stay loyalists because they get these bonuses. Mercs, same thing. When you max out the Merc thing, you get everyone will get the exact same options. Unless obviously you're clan or IS, then obviously the weapons themselves will be a little different. But the ability to utilize these loyalty points, buy things with these loyalty points, buy premium time, buy colors, buy camo, buy decals. Get all these options to buy things with these points, because you've earned them, right? It's like once you get to level 20. There's no point in playing either faction warfare or there's no point in playing in that faction anymore and just moving on to the next faction. Once you've maxed out all the factions, you're done. I'm taking my time personally because I know once I hit it, I'll be done. But if I was in a full unit with guys that play faction warfare often, I probably would have maxed out the FRR by now, and I probably would be on to my second, maybe even my third faction. Now, yes, that makes you play all the different factions, yes. But, you know what? As a loyalist, you only get the rewards for your faction. So, for example, if I'm a loyalist to the FRR, the weapons and designers and the mechs I have available to me are only for FRR loyalists. So there'll be special variants of mechs as well available to people who are only playing in the FRR. So certain mechs that are only used for the FRR will have a special variant. So every variant will have a special icon. Instead of being S for special, say the Awesome, for example. The Awesome 8R is used by the FRR a lot. So let's say AWS-8R bracket. So we have F for founders, L for loyalty, C for champion. Well, this is a faction, right? So it can't be F because it's not a founder mech. But it would have some sort of designation there to say that it's a community warfare mech, a faction warfare mech, a faction mech specifically. So maybe give it, well, it can't, I'm assuming they can do more than one letter. So maybe it could be FRR in brackets. So everyone knows that's the AWS-8R, the Free Razzlehag Republic variant. And every single faction will have, say, 5 mechs that are drawn directly from lore that were utilized by those groups. And probably as time goes on, right, you can get those faction only mechs built up. And then what can happen is if you play as the FRR and you're an FRR loyalist in faction warfare and you're running in FRR mechs, you get bonuses to your loyalty points. So it runs into a circle, right? It's like, okay, so if I grind out and buy 4 Free Razzlehag Republic specific mechs, then I make more bonuses towards my loyalty points, which I can then turn around and buy more FRR mechs. Cool. Nice. Now, I'm not saying make the mechs only available in Faction Warfare either. Make them available in Quick Play. But the only way to get them is to max out your rating in Faction Warfare and then save up enough loyalty points to buy one. Now, I'm not going to get into the prices and all that stuff because that's the economy of the system, or even transfer rates, or even costs of what would be to move one thing over to another. But yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think that being able to utilize these points and buy things, buy bonuses, be able to buy upgrades to your mechs, to your mech itself, your account, your pilot, get better. There should be some sort of reward that you can get yourself and pick yourself and utilize these spare points for. Have it set up so that for every, I don't know, 1,000 you get, instead of doing say every 1,000 or 2,000, 3,000, whatever, that you gain after level 20, you get a supply cache. And I don't mean the supply caches in the ones we have now, but I mean like the ones where in it are these bonuses, these faction-specific mechs, these special designer weapons, special decals associated with that with that faction, camos associated with that faction, colors specifically with those with those factions. To also bring players that are loyalists, because you know people are loyalists. That means they most likely and more highly probable are really into canon, really into the Battletech lore. What'll happen is those guys will probably prefer this more than anything. Now, what you can also do too is also change up possibly the reward system, but that's an altogether different video that I want to do about how the rewards through here can be done. I'm thinking more of a crate system, kind of a la a lot of the a lot of games are doing now, where you finish a match, you earn XP. Once you hit a certain level, in this case, once you get enough loyalty points and hit the next level, you get some sort of crate. And then inside the crate is a bunch of stuff. And basically, you get a whole bunch of different material. But anyways, thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.